like I wanted to bring back up when it comes to AI is
Oh yeah.
the beach, the teaching them how to swim scene. The fact that they, situations like that, either due to budget cuts or time restraints or whatever, um, the fact that they just got in there, made it that much more intimate, made it that much better, because on paper, it's one way, but then once you get there on location, shit just
Mm-hmm.
happens that you have no control over.
Mm-hmm.
And it turned out to make it turned out that it was a blessing or a gift in disguise, because it made the scene that much better. So like again, like if a movie is written by AI, or if a movie becomes exactly beat for beat what it is in the script, it's probably not going to be that great, because things just happen inevitably when you're making a movie that improve it, that nobody could have expected, nobody could have um, written that. It's
Mm-hmm.
all the cool things that happen that are unscripted make a movie. So
Yeah. Well, and you don't even need it doesn't even need to be like my favorite thing about working on productions where you're part of this giant team of people is that even like with actors, Jenkins mentioned that, when they were auditioning the kids and they had decided on um Alex Hibbert is the kid that plays Little.
yeah.
When they decided on him, the kid was frustrated because he didn't have very much dialogue.
Mm.
It was really his like first film or whatever, and um, Jenkins basically had this conversation with him about like you don't need dialogue to say something.
Yeah.
You can say something in the way that you act. And so like what's interesting to me is that none of the three actors that played Chiron, none of the three actors that played him met each other during
Mm.
filming or prior to filming, and
Yeah.
none of them got the scripts for the other characters, like the
Oh,
other
no way.
acts, but they all found a similar character. And the kid, Alex Hibbert, that plays Little, the whole looking down and not looking people in the eye was a result of that conversation with Barry Jenkins, with him saying you can say a lot without saying anything. And so like he mentioned it a couple times in the commentary, but I saw it all throughout that first story, the parts where
Yeah.
he's sitting at the table and there's like a placemat in front of him and he's like picking at the placemat. He's not looking at them, he's not talking, he's just picking at it. Like all that stuff is very much a character thing, but that came from the actor. So
Yeah.
to your point, AI is not going to do that because that wasn't something that he directed, that Barry Jenkins said, like, hey, make sure you're not looking at him and make sure that you're fidgeting and playing with stuff. That was just what the actor took away from him saying, you don't have, acting is more than just what you say. It's in how you
Mhm.
act when you're not saying anything. And then we
Yeah.
get that from that. And I'm sure, that extends to the other actors too. But what
Mhm.
actors bring to a role is just as much a part of who those characters end up being as what is written on the script. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, can somebody direct an AI to do that? Maybe, but the whole magic of that is what happens when a director and an actor and a cinematographer and a composer and everybody gets together, because the magic happens in the interplay between those creatives,
Yeah.
not in one person with a vision being like, my vision is perfect and everything that needs to be there is in this vision. No, it's
Mhm.
not. And
No.
if you think it is, you're wrong and your movie's gonna suck.
Right.
But my
Yeah.
favorite moments in the things that I have created is with other people, those other people bringing something that I never would have expected or never would have thought to put into whatever the project is that, we're creating.
Yeah. Exactly. It's all
Even in
about
something as
collaboration, man.
yeah, even in something as silly as like an interview that I'm doing for a client, sometimes my favorite moments come from the unscripted things that people that I'm interviewing just say.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't tell them to say that. The director didn't tell them to say that. They just said that because they're a human being that is live and has their own thoughts and brought those into the thing. And it ends up being one of the best moments of the whole thing.